Hello, everybody. My name is Diana. I'm web accessibility expert based in Paris, and my goal is to explain web accessibility, what it is, how to implement it in the most accessible way. And today I would like to talk to you about how to prioritize the steps to fix web accessibility issues. I get a lot of messages from the companies and from individuals asking how they can do it in the most efficient way because they feel overwhelmed with all the information, the criteria, how to use WCAG in the most efficient way, even though they don't understand fully what it is and how to work with it. Many people also use automatic tools, but then after they get the reports, they don't know what to do with it. And even if they use the help of experts with the audits, then they struggle to implement it and struggle to understand, okay, we have a huge amount of issues. As all we know, 95% of the internet is inaccessible. So only 5% doesn't have any web accessibility related issues or have minor ones. So it's really, really big subject. And I will try to help you understand how to prioritize your steps. So what I usually suggest is to use a rule of five, just five categories that you need to think about, and they can help you prioritize your work on web accessibility issues. The first is to analyze what is the main task of your app, your website, your digital content, and to check if it's possible to fulfill it or to finish it using keyboard and a screen reader. This is the most important moment because if we cannot buy something on your website, or we cannot contact you using a contact form, or we cannot apply some parameter in order to get some information, for example, via keyboard or screen reader. That's a big problem for many people. And this is the basics, because if your website cannot be used for its purpose, the main purpose, then it kind of loses its meaning. And so first thing is to check keyboard and screen reader. Um, do we have a keyboard traps? Do we have a missing focus? Because some elements, they might not have a focus on them at all. So we go through the website, we navigate, but some part stays inaccessible for the keyboard, and this is a big problem. Or, for example, broken form labels. Like these people, they cannot understand what should be done there, what it means, where they are. This is a big problem. So what is the main task of your app or your website? Answer this question and check whether it can be done with a keyboard or screen reader. Well, to get together, mostly you need to use both of them. You need to check that both of these technologies can be used. And then after you do this, so you know that, okay, my website is accessible for the keyboard, it's accessible for screen reader. Now we're going to the second part, and we'll focus on high impact, low effort issues. What does it mean? Some issues, they take several minutes to change, but they have a huge impact for all your users, including all users, young parents, or with temporary disabilities users. So there's a huge, huge amount of users, huge percentage that you might lose if you don't fix these issues. And what are these issues? For example, color contrast. There are a lot of tools that can help you to check color contrast of your buttons, of your font, of all the elements of the website. So you can check whether it's accessible, whether it has a minimal ratio with the background, and whether it's readable. Because if we cannot read it, if we don't see it, then there is a big problem about understanding the meaning of the website or to do an action on this website. Alternative text. This is another thing that should be checked. And this is a huge problem and huge pain for me because many automatic tools, they tell, oh, you have 1,000 errors on your website. This is very bad. It's completely inaccessible. When actually most of these images that they underline as issues because they don't have alternative text, they don't need to have alternative text. AI cannot really understand whether an image is meaningful. So it provides some important information that we cannot get otherwise without this image, or it's decorative. Like if you have an image of the garden, of course, if you are not the company who is selling something for the garden, it's precisely the type that they are, the service that they're selling or whatever, then it's decorative. And in this case, it doesn't need alternative text. So you need to check which images are meaningful and to add for them alternative text. This is very important. Then we're talking about heading structure. It's important. It's like a book. You need to have a name of the book, then name of the sections, then subsections, and all should go from H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. It should have a logical structure. And this helps to the screen reader users and to the users who just with the keyboard navigation, they also can see the biggest one in the logical order, how it follows from H1, the biggest font, and to the lower structure elements. So it helps in many ways, and especially for the screen reader users. Then the next one is visible focus. I already mentioned focused in the previous category, like when we were checking for the keyboard and screen readers accessibility of your website or app, but you might have focus on the element, but it might be so much not seen that you might be lost on the web page. It was with me many times when I was checking websites that it just the state when it's on focus of the button or some element, interactive element usually, it's not seen. You are just lost where you are on the website, even if you see the website. So you don't use the screen reader, or you are not using some other technologies, assistive technologies that can help you to navigate through the website. It's really important to make it visible. You need to differentiate an element on which you have a focus on. And this is a very important moment. And it also takes 1 second just to improve color contrast. For example, to change the color for all the elements that are on focus. The third category that I would like to mention when we're moving next, after we fix these small issues that are fast to fix, the third is to think about real users. It's one of the most important category, in my opinion, because if you have a newsletter or you have social network, anywhere where you can contact your clients, your users, just ask them a simple questionnaire, what you would like to change on our website or in our services in order to make it better. Because not a single expert or even applying all the criteria can guarantee that you will be 100% accessible for everybody. So real users, if they face an issue on your website or with your services, most probably somebody else also face it. So by asking them this simple question, first they will understand that they're hurt, you care about their experience with your product, with your website, and you want to be better. This is really valuable, and it can really help you to change your image and to improve your brand image for your clients and users and potential clients. It's really can go on, go on, go on, and it has a very positive effect. The fourth thing that I would like to mention is to train your teams. Okay, you did all the previous categories, you applied the criteria, and you asked real users about what should be done. But if your team doesn't have web accessibility skills, if they don't use a checklist to check their work at the end of the day, whether the code is completely accessible, because it should be different for designers, for front-end developers, for back-end developers, depending on what they do. But anyway, if they don't apply web accessibility skills, the knowledge, then the issues, they will just go on, go on, go on. With the new code, there will be new problems appearing, and it's endless work. So this is a big problem. And I think that it's important to do one more thing. Number 5 is to never stop learning. You need to make everybody, including your users, your clients, your team, to be involved in this web accessibility journey. So if you make it common, like for example, adding a channel on your Slack about web accessibility, or providing news about what you updated to your clients, or making a competition, something interesting. Okay, let's do together a new product about accessibility. These just multiply your efforts, and it multiplied an effect, and it makes you so much bigger in their eyes and so much more accessible. So accessibility become a part of your business, of your actions, of everything you do. And as a result, you make accessible product and you make the whole digital world better. So I hope with these 5 steps, 5 categories that I mentioned, it can help you prioritize your steps and to fix web accessibility issues in the most effective way. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please write me if you have any other questions about my experience, or if you need any help from me as web accessibility expert. Have a good day.